Alright, I'm making this video to show a problem I'm having with my favorite edition I've added on to my Epiphone Les Paul, and that would be the Stetsbar. This isn't really meant for a bunch of people to watch and blah blah blah. It's actually more so I can send it to tech support and maybe they can let me know what's going on. Now, before I go any further, when I first received the Stetsbar, I strung it up before I even plugged it in. I pushed it all the way down, I pulled it all the way up, and I pulled a little bit too hard, and it came disconnected in here. One of the bearings fell out, all kinds of stuff. So anyway, reset it back up, talked to Eric. He was a huge help. Reset everything back up, and it worked fine. Now, then I started changing some things on my guitar. I changed the pickups, Seymour Duncan pearly gates. I changed a few different things. Some of the insides it's not really relevant. But anyway, the problem I'm having is a tuning issue. So I have the Stetsbar, and I use this Big Ben's nut sauce. I use it right here, and then I use it on the nut. Now, I upgraded to a graphite nut that has the Big Ben's nut sauce on it, as well as the Tune-O-Matic section is lubed up as well. Even upgraded to locking tuners. These are Grovers, and I figured that was the last step to ensure flawless tuning and whatnot. Now, my guitar, as you can see, it's pretty much perfect, and it stays that way. I didn't tune it flawlessly before I made the video, so this is after about a day of playing. But anyway, so even still, flawless tuning. The issue I'm having, though, that's a more drastic example. I never pull it that hard when I play. It's hard to do all this one-handed. I never pull it that hard when I play. I mostly do what would be probably, let's see if I can rig this up, probably the equivalent to, there's a little bit of vibrato action, stuff like that. But even something that small, it's still out of tune. But then push it down one time, it's perfectly fine. Just so I can get this in the shot, hopefully you can see it, but it's set up almost perfectly to the, I think it was called the zeroing point, and these two right here, that you would unscrew and tighten and untighten to reach that point. I fiddled with a little bit. I raised the bar up a wee bit higher, went a little bit past the zeroing point. Hopefully that's what it's called. But anyway, I went a little bit past it to raise it up a little bit more, messed around with it, realized I didn't like it, and then I went back down. And I don't know if that's when the tuning issues started, because I know when I first set everything up, it was perfect. I could go up and down and it was perfect. But around that time period, adjusting the bar is also when I changed the pickups and I installed the graphite nut, and the tuners I just added on a couple days ago. But so yeah, but they didn't help, or they didn't really help at all or do anything, make it even worse, obviously, because it had Grovers on it when I bought it. But anyway, so So that's my problem. Like I said, this isn't really, not really looking for help or anything. It's more just to send to the guys over at Stetsbar and see if maybe they can tell me something to do to fiddle with it or whatever and fix it. So, thank you.